Hello and welcome to the Jekyllhydeclub. I'm Morticia and Gomez is behind the camera. We are going to do a Michael's jewelry haul today. For those of you who like metaphysical properties of stones and real gemstone jewelry, and you just think of Michael's as a craft store, they're actually, they are a craft store, but they also have ready-made jewelry, not just beads and supplies. So if you just want really good prices on jewelry and don't want to go make it, Michael's sells their ready-made pieces for extraordinary prices, and any metaphysical bookstore or jewelry store would sell them for a lot more. The exact same stones and whatnot. So we are going to present the gemstone and crystal finds from Michael's, and we will start with this red jasper. I love red, and this is like a dark blood red, so it's cool for me, like dried blood. And it's a Sedona, I think they call it Sedona red jasper point pendant. It's got a nice sturdy silver setting on top. And it's a very smooth stone, faceted like a crystal. And I would call it like an average size. I've got some huge ones and some smaller ones, including even in this haul. And I love this one. I'm keeping this one for me. And I have a Sedona obsidian point that I showed in another general haul that had Michael's in it, that I can link below if you didn't see it. The obsidian, the black obsidian point is double terminated, so it doesn't have the flat setting up here. It just has around the edges, and then you see the other point at the top. And double terminated means it has this point here at the top and the bottom. So anyway, the black obsidian has the point on both ends. And it's about this size, maybe a little thicker, and I love black obsidian. So these are $4.95, this one and the black obsidian that was in the other haul. And I think that's a great price. I've seen stores sell these and smaller than these for like $15, $20. So go jewelry shopping at Michael's for real. This, they called a blush rose quartz. It almost looks like a red pink, and usually rose quartz is a lighter pink. So I know there are darker pinks, so I don't know if it is natural or not. The point is natural, like it's unpolished, where the red jasper was polished. This might be a different brand, I forget, but it is the blush rose quartz from Michael's. So if you're ordering these online instead of looking in person, this is a lot bigger than this, as you can see. So this is like a middle-sized pendant. I like it to wear with others. This one's a lot chunkier. So if you're going on size, that's bigger. And it has a really fancy setting, which is kind of a nice contrast between the rough raw stone and the fanciness of the setting. It's kind of interesting to me. This red jasper is all polished up nice, but it has a simple, more just a simple, smooth kind of silver setting that I think either gender could wear any of these, but this setting looks a little more girly and ornate. Wouldn't you say, Gomez?
Yes.
But this red jasper is just more simple, and either gender, I think, could wear it more easily. But they put the polished stone in a simpler setting and the rough stone in a fancier setting, which could seem incongruous, but I think it's nice because, it fancies the natural rough look up. So if you're into a rough look, but then you like a little fancy too, you want to add a little fancy to that, then you get both in this. And it's a nice sturdy setting that holds the whole top, and it's not just like one of those little cheap glue caps. And this bail where the chain goes has the same fancy design. I'm not sure if it's going to show as well with my hand in the way, but if I don't hold it, it's falling over. Okay, good. And the bail has the same kind of fancy, kind of filigree look going on. So
kind of sparkles to my mind.
Yeah, maybe. I think you mentioned maybe it has marcasite set in it. I checked on the Michael's website. It did not say anything about the setting, unfortunately. They don't give as much descriptive detail as I would like, which is why I'm breaking it down for you in this haul. But it is kind of sparkly, like it could have marcasites, like Gomez said, and it's very elegant and fancy. And this was also $4.95. And for a big pendant like this, I've seen some stores just sell the raw stone for $4.95 this size, which I don't think is good. But, they're not ever going to sell in a metaphysical bookstore that pendant itself for $4.95. So if you guys are new, check out our other hauls, DIY crafts, spooky stories, true and narrated, that we write, and all kinds of other stuff. We are your one-stop channel for spooky fun and craftiness. Now, this is an interesting stone. We hadn't seen this before. Usually, if you know stones and you know about Sodalite, it's a dark blue, almost like a dark lapis with white veining. Sodalite apparently comes in other colors. I guess a lot of people don't think they're as attractive for jewelry because you don't see them in jewelry, but it comes in gray like this, and it comes in yellow, and it comes in green. And we have only seen the blue until we just got this gray. And it's also a point pendant from Michael's with the same fancy setting as the blush rose quartz because it's also a natural rough cut and unpolished. So it has a nice mixture. So it's got that, I like the dark kind of Gothic gray, and it has the same metaphysical properties of Sodalite that the blue has of helping you communicate with people in the way they understand, and working on truthful. It says a person who is not into truth won't enjoy the stone, which I think makes sense. If it's trying to promote something that you don't want to do, you're not going to feel good when you wear it. It feels very soothing and calming and just like balancing. So I really love Sodalite. And Gomez, what did you say, that the yellow concept of Sodalite was disturbing?
Yeah, like creepy.
Yeah, he's like, yellow Sodalite? That's just creepy. And I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know, it just is. But you know what? It's a good point, because we don't have to justify and explain what creeps us out, okay? If it creeps you out, it creeps you out. So if Gomez is disturbed by a yellow Sodalite, I mean, it's okay. This is a nice bracelet. I have seen these bracelets sold for a lot more. I don't know if it's called macrame. They just called it knotted bracelet on Michaels. Again, their descriptions kind of can hurt, but it's got a really fancy faceted oval stone in the middle. They're calling it turquoise. I don't know if it's fake, real. I mean, usually turquoise is more expensive, and I think this bracelet was like $5 or something. I don't know. It didn't say it wasn't real. I don't know, but anyway, it's like a darker blue-green, and I'm not really a turquoise person, so I'm not going to keep this one, but it's very pretty. It's very faceted, and then the setting around it is just kind of a little fancy filigree going on, simple yet elegant, and then the rope style is nice because it's lightweight, and you have the big centerpiece, but it's a lightweight, comfortable kind of bracelet, and it's got that slide thing going on where you can even kind of, if you're dexterous like me, do it with one hand, where you put it on and then to tighten it. Oh, I usually do it with one hand. Now I'm on camera. I'm making it a mess. You just tighten it like, good. I did do it. Like this. And then you have these cute little beads down here that dangle. And so it looks attractive. And then you have just, that's how it looks. It's very nice. It's lightweight, comfortable, sturdy, and it won't break. And I like this slide because you can make it as small or large as you want. You slide it, you just pull it and slide it off the same way. And then again, if you couldn't see what I was doing with my hand in the way, you just pull it like that to tighten it, pull it to loosen it. So it's a nice, soft, kind of silky cord, and I like the knot design. And like I said, I really like how sturdy it is and lightweight and comfortable, and you won't have to worry about it itching your skin or anything. So I like that. And again, the prices here are just stunningly reasonable. Here's a nice Gothic piece, and it could be for either gender. It's large and black, and it's got nice silver wire wrap that I could have done easily. It's easy to look at how it's done and just kind of see how to do it yourself. If you disagree, I will be doing a wire wrap tutorial eventually, and I'll show you what I mean. But it's got this simple, just kind of diamond kind of cage pattern here, and at the top just a little twirly, and on the other side it's got the same twirly. And this is huge, and it's faceted and fancy and very smoothly polished, and it was like, I think $5 or something. And they call it an onyx nugget, but I think they should have called it a faceted piece, because a nugget is more like a freeform tumbled chunk, and this is definitely cut and faceted into kind of a freeform shape. But you could wear it that way if you wanted, because the twirl is on this side too. And if you like the faceted with the little natural geode thing here in the middle, little like a druzy look thing, then you can have this side. And it can be kind of Victorian, fancy, and elegant, or just big, chunky black if you wear it on this side. And it's like mostly the size of the palm of my hand, so it's a big size. I like to give an idea of how big things are with jewelry, because a lot of times it's hard to look on a picture or a camera and see how big that is, and Michaels doesn't really give you, again, measurements. It's heavy too. You'll want to wear it on a heavy chain or like a heavy cord, like I have my amber on here, because a little thin box chain or something will snap like a twig in the wind. And this is just, I mean, again, in a regular store, you're not going to get this for $5. You're just, no, you're not. Now, for those of you into the smaller, more delicate pieces, we have a nice contrast for the big giant black onyx thing. Have a couple smaller ones. I had this bag so they would stay together. This one, I don't really know. It looks like just a sparkly faceted little crystal. Maybe it's Austrian, maybe it's glass. It's clear, but it catches a lot of colors. Very little, as you can tell. I feel like my hands are in the way. And then the top, the setting's kind of colorful too. And it could be for a centerpiece on a delicate chain for someone, or it could be like even in the middle of a little bracelet of like chip stones, like my citrine here. It could be in the middle to kind of dress it up, or you could put it in the middle of a bead necklace, or, you know, in a charm bracelet with other charms. It's so small. It's probably like almost an inch in all and not quite half an inch wide. So it's a little delicate small piece, but it's very pretty and elegant, and it, I think, has enough color in it to match with anything, and the setting's really fancy, and it was probably like less than $5. And I don't think a store would sell that for cheap, even though it's small, because it's just really pretty and developed. And our final piece is a rose quartz set in copper, but it's such a light rose quartz, it almost looks white, which some rose quartzes are a light pink. It probably means it's natural. And then the copper could look like even like rose gold. So that could be on a cord if you don't have a chain to match. Just again, using my Amber's cord for an example, like just a cord, and then it's kind of, you can wear it with whatever. And it's faceted, so it gives it like a fancy look. And it has just a simple setting around it. And it's such a light color, I think either gender could wear it. And again, it's kind of like a fancy, understated, nice piece. So if you're not into huge stuff, it's bigger than that other little piece that I was showing. I think it would probably be too big for a bracelet centerpiece, but you could do it if you like the chunkier stuff. Why not? And I would say it's like 1 inch by 2/3 inch or something by 8 mil thick, like 8 mil thick, yeah. And again, I'm giving you guys this because Michael's does not. So if you put rose quartz and copper in online, that would come up. So if you want to order Michael's online, you can get these. And even if you have shipping to deal with, well, you probably will unless you find good coupons. Check their coupons because they always have some kind of useful coupon. And you can like just look for those pieces under the names that I just stated them. Check out the other pieces they have because they do have a ton more of other pieces as well. And if you are in person, obviously you can go look in person, but if not, you can get any of these online. And for people that don't have like a lot of good metaphysical stores near them, it's a really nice, inexpensive way to get really neat stones that are in pretty settings and whatnot. So we hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time,
Stay spooky, my